If you follow my channel, you'll know that I love to play guitar. I'm a guitar player originally, but you'll also know I love to use samples. I like to sample songs, loops from Splice, one-shots, films, whatever. I'm blending these two things together. I have kind of like an obsession with playing my guitar and trying to make it sound sampled. And you might be asking yourself, well, if you play guitar or you play an instrument, why would you want to use samples? Why would you want to sample other people play? And the thing is that samples have a certain sound. You're not just chopping up the chords of a sample, you're also chopping up the reverb and the ambience behind and just everything in the sample. And in my opinion, this is what gives samples the gritty character that they have. So that's what I'm going to try and do again today. I'm going to play my guitar, I'm going to play a melody, and then post-process it to make it sound as much like a sample as I can. So without further ado, let's get to it. So I was messing around a bit before going to bed and I came up with this little melody. So you might have heard some vinyl crackle along with the guitar. I have that set on my master channel in my Ableton template so that when I go to make music, I'm already in a kind of vibe. So now I'll record that in and then we'll play about with it. I usually do my effects in two groups. The first group is to make the sample sound good by itself, and the second group is to make it sound good within the rest of the beat. So in the first group here, I put a compressor, Guitar Rig 5. I use this Jazz amp, which is the only amp that seems to work for me. It has a really warm tone and just sounds really natural and organic. I then put the Somatics Origin plugin with this lo-fi preset, which is my favorite preset, and I EQ'd out some of the high end to make it sound a bit older. So that sounds like this now. To make the melody a bit more fuller, I added a layer of halftime, but only put the mix to 10%. So it's kind of like adding a sub layer, but the original melody still dominates. I then put a little bit of Valhalla reverb on it. As you can see, the mix is only 3%. And then a high pass filter to take out lower end frequencies to leave space for the bass and the kick when we put them in. Now it sounds like this. Now to add more ambience to the sample so it sounds like it came from a song, I added this brush loop. And if you really wanted to take this a step further, you could export that, put it into Slicer and chop it up and mess about with that. But I'm going to leave it like that for now because I quite like the sound of it. Now I'll add some drums to match this melody. I've got these hits loaded into Ableton already. And to be honest, while I was playing that guitar melody, I had this drum rhythm that kept playing in my mind. So I'm just going to hit record and see if I can play that straight out of feel and try and make it come out as naturally as possible. I actually unintentionally hit the kick with the snare on that last snare there, but I think it sounded pretty good, so I'm going to leave it in for now. You know, that's why playing stuff in always comes out a bit better than penciling it in, because you end up doing these little accidents that might actually sound pretty cool. So that's something to bear in mind. I think the beat's sounding pretty good. What do you think? Let me know in the comments if you like it or if now you would add something different. Me personally, I'm going to add some percs to fill it out. I'm not going to add another melody because I really want the guitar to shine through and just to keep it as simple as possible. So I've got these percs loaded and I've processed them all slightly. And I'm going to play a really simple pattern with those to add some rhythmical ambience which will complement the drums. So the last thing we're missing here, I think, is a solid bass line, and we're good to go. As always, I've got the Martinic Keybase plugin loaded in my opinion, the best sub-bass plugin for boombap and lo-fi. I'll see if I can leave the link below this time, because last time a few people DM'd me about it. I've practiced this little bass melody, so now I'm just going to go ahead and record it straight in. Here we go. So I hope you like this beat and you get the gist of what I mean when I say I try to make my guitar sound sampled. If you think I should go more in depth on that and the effects I use, let me know in the comments and I can definitely make a video about that. If you do like the video and want to see more, I mean, you know how it works. You use YouTube. You can click the subscribe button and the bell notification so you don't miss any more videos. And obviously, if you leave a comment, share, or leave a thumbs up, it helps me a lot and inspires me to keep going. For now, I'm just going to vibe a bit to the beat. So stick around if you want to hear the full thing. See you next time.